Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Batman the Wrath. Take a look at this comic cover right here. Now, Batman the Wrath is part of the Batman Confidential series, and the Confidential series is similar to that of the Legend of the Dark Knight series, in that it's stories that take place out of the mainstream Batman stuff, but still within continuity. Stories that take place kind of in his early years of his career. Now, see, Legend of the Dark Knight had its own theme in that it focused on around the first year of Batman's career, or around thereof, where the Confidential series focuses on early years of Batman's career. However, it doesn't stay within the first year of Batman's career. However, its theme is the first of something in Batman. Maybe the first time Batman uses the Batwing, or goes up against Lex Luthor, or the first time Batgirl meets up with Catwoman, something along that line. However, to my knowledge, and I could have missed something, the Wrath is the first one in the Confidential series that doesn't do this. Although it could be debated that King Tut's Tomb doesn't do this either, but that's besides the point. There was no first of anything here that I could think of off the top of my head. So, with that said, we might as well just jump into stories. Now, there's two stories in this. Both of them deal with the Wrath. The first story is actually an old issue back from, I believe, the 1970s or 1980s, sometime during the Bronze Age. And it tells the story of this individual who had a similar dealings that Bruce Wayne did, in that his family was killed when he was young at the same day that Bruce Wayne's family was killed. Now, unlike Bruce Wayne, his family was not killed by Joe Chillamugger, but actually by Commissioner Gordon, who was a rookie cop at the time. Because of this chain of events, this catalyst, sent this individual off on his own little life adventure, growing and becoming stronger and becoming an elite fighter, and all these different attributes and skills that are similar to Batman's, and becomes one of the world's best marksmen. He becomes the Wrath, and his costume is similar to Batman in many different ways. Actually, if you see just a silhouette or a shadow of it, it looks exactly like Batman's costume. Now, the Wrath is the evil version of Batman. He is his other side, his coin version, the opposite number, for lack of a better term. And that he's as skilled as Batman, he's as good as Batman, he's just evil. Now, his whole goal is to take out Commissioner Gordon. The whole entire first series deals with him trying to take out Commissioner Gordon. Now, I don't want to spoil anything about it. However, we obviously know he failed. Now, the first story deals with about the third to fourth year of Batman's career. It said that Robin had been Robin for about a year, or at least it's said in the second part of the story, which brings us to the second part of the story, which is said a few years later. The Wrath is back, and he wants revenge, not only on Commissioner Gordon, but also on Batman. Dick Grayson, now Nightwing, teams up with Batman to take out Wrath before he causes any more trouble. And what's even more interesting is the Wrath is more dangerous, cunning, and better than he was back in the day. So is Batman able to save Commissioner Gordon and Nightwing at the same time and keep them out of danger? Or will his other half, the Number, succeed? So on to the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Just to let you know before I jump into that is, continuity-wise, it's tough to actually place this in a certain place. Based on the second story, it probably takes place sometimes before Batman 10 Nights of the Beast, sometime before Jason Todd becomes Robin. Not to say that Jason Todd could not be Robin in this, however, he doesn't show up in the story at all, only Dick Grayson, and it seems like this is the first time Bruce and Dick has talked since Dick has become Nightwing. Now, this could clash with some other Batman stories, or even Nightwing stories, like Nightwing Year One. But I theorize, and again, I could be wrong, that because Jason Todd doesn't show up in here, it would be only fitting to put this before the Jason Todd stories. In saying that, it's because Jason Todd was always around Batman. Batman rarely went on a case without the second Robin. Again, you can put this anywhere in between, let's say, 10 Nights of the Beast and Death in the Family. So, anywhere within that area. It's up to you, at least the second story. If you use this for the first story, I don't know, sometimes after Dark Victory, it's really up to you on that. However, good, bad, and whether or not you should get it. Good. The art was good. I liked the art, with the exception of when people took off their masks. I didn't like how Commissioner Gordon's art was in the second story. His hair looked really weird, and I didn't like how Batman looked without his mask. But with the exception of that, the art was, for the most part, pretty good. It kind of was the first story was obviously done in the Bronze Age, but the second story had the art that was kind of a homage to the Bronze Age in its art style, maybe a thinner Batman and a more realistic-looking Batman. So in that, the art was nice. I did like the art. The story itself was good. I thought the first story was obviously not part of the Confidential series, and it's nice that they include that because that first story explains a lot for the second story. So it's nice that they included that into this book, which they've been doing with a few of the Confidential stuff. I know they did that with, King Tut's Tomb. They threw in some extra stories in there from the Bronze Age, which is a nice touch, so that's another good. But the story in itself was nice. I thought it was an interesting story in that it's Batman's opposite. It's evil Batman, which is pretty cool. I like that. I thought the motive for the bad guy was pretty good. I thought how it was handled was pretty good. I thought the dialogue was pretty good. The action was pretty good too. I really enjoyed the action. The back and forth between the Wrath and Batman, and using all the different gadgets they have, which is nice too. Bad. I can't really think of too much bad with this. The only bad I could really say is price. They're asking you, I believe it was $17.99 for this, $18 for the story. It's a really thin story. Despite the fact that this is good, and I would give it like a B+, because it was a really good story. One of the best of the Confidential series. But I do say it was looking at the Confidential series now, it was probably the best so far, in my opinion. I might have to reread some of them, but this is a good story. It's just $17 is a lot to ask for. I got this at the comic store. I kind of splurged with my YouTube money, which again, I thank all you guys for watching my videos so that I could earn that money. It's guilt-free money for me to buy comics. But I splurged on this, but I recommend you check this out online, see if you can get it cheaper on Amazon maybe. If you can get it for cheap at like a 50% off sale or a Comic-Con or online, I recommend getting it. However, if you're going to buy it in the store, you might want to pass on it, just for the fact that, yeah, you're getting around 5 issues for $18, but it's still, I still would have liked more from it for that price. If this was a $14 book, I would have recommended it. So, check online, go to Comic-Con, 50% off sale or anything, see if you can get it for cheaper. If you can, then I do recommend it. However, at cover price, probably not. At least not right away. With that said, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.